Hi everyone, it's Anasika here, and today I am going to be creating a little altered box that you can use for your small craft supplies or just a gift box or just look pretty on your desk. I'm using the Curiosa and Curiosa collection because I just love it. And I love those little images in this collection, so I thought I would flip through the papers before we get started. I love that you can get these really intricate patterned papers with different kinds of images. Then you get these classic beautiful patterns that work with everything. Love that about this collection. And as usual, the hardest part about crafting with the Graphic 45 goodies is to pick the papers that you want to use. They're all so pretty. I have a difficult time deciding which ones I want to use for each and every project. I started by measuring my box. Now, I usually, when I do altered items, boxes of any kind of shape, I like to have a bit of a frame around the box itself. I don't want to cover the box completely. So as a rule of thumb, really, I measure those pieces so that I have 1/8 inch of a frame around the pattern paper. This is not really strict measurement really, but I do like to measure beforehand so that I am not making total mess of my pattern papers. And like I said, this is not really too precise. It is kind of like an ish measurement. I do like that. But I do prefer measuring my items before I cut the papers, just to make sure that I don't cut them too small so that I am unable to use them. So I'm just trying to pick out the papers that I want to use. I want to have clean patterns on the simpler side, and I also want quite colourful and imagery kind of papers, if that makes sense. I don't know. But I do love that it doesn't matter what you use in this collection, it will all fit perfectly together because the colours are just stunning, absolutely stunning. And I am actually thinking that I would use more simpler classical patterns on the insides and have the more intricate ones on the outside of the box, since I won't be looking that much inside, so I have the more going on the outside, I guess. And then when I cut all these pieces down, I ink them with black ink. I'm using distress ink. You use whatever ink you have. This is not necessary at all, but I do like the look of it. It gives an even more vintagey kind of a feel, and it kind of eliminates those white edges that you get with the when you cut the pattern papers to different kinds of shapes and such. And I decided to use that red one on the inside, and I'm using liquid adhesive because that gives me a bit of time. I get a bit of wiggle room when I am covering the inside, because if I make a mistake using a score tape or such, I will have ruined it. So the liquid adhesive gives me a bit more time so that I can fix a mistake. But like I said before, I am not being too precise. This is crafting and I'm having fun, so it doesn't have to be perfect. It is handmade and I want it to look handmade as such. And I'm just making sure that there are no air bubbles or anything in between, so I use my bone folder to really press the pattern papers to the box itself. And like I said, just use every single piece with the liquid adhesive and just covering these so they look pretty. Just make sure that when you use pattern papers that have text on them or images or more complex images, really, just make sure they're using them the right way so they don't look upside down. I have done that several times. Still amazes how I can actually make that mistake again and again. Oh well. Thankfully I have more paper. And I repeat that for each and every side of the box itself, both on the inside and on the outside. And if you get a bit of liquid adhesive coming through the edges or anything like that, you just take a paper towel or whatever and wipe it away. And here I realized I cut it a bit too big, so I just eyeballed and cut about 1/8 of an inch from the side, and that made it fit more precise, really, so that it is not snug, it is just covering most of it. And like I said, I like to have a frame around it, although I'm not too precise about the frame being all the way around on the inside. I just want to have a little bit of a border on the inside, on the top, when you look inside the box, really. Now I decided to use score tape on the outside of the lid. The reason for that, it is just because I thought it might be handled a bit more than the inside or the sides. So I just wanted to make sure that I had something very strong and grippy, so that I wouldn't have any problems with it coming loose or anything like that. It might not be necessary, but at this point I just thought it would be a good idea. And then I want the decorative piece on the lid to be a bit more dimensional, so I put foam adhesive on the back of that. And now I've covered the whole box with the pattern papers that I cut before, and I just need to decide what to do. And now I just knew I needed some bling or glitter or anything sparkly, really. So I just used one of my mica glitter sprays. You can make this yourself. You just mica powder and water and put it in a spray bottle, and this one has a ball in it, so that helps actually loosen the powders from the bottom of the bottle itself. I am a sucker for anything sparkly, so I use any excuse to add a bit of shine to anything, really. And I'm just dabbing off the excess because I want this to dry quickly. And now I'm just adding the sentiment to the top, and then I wanted to add a bit more extra. So I had these metal handles from Graphic 45. I've had these for some time and they look oh so pretty, but I never use them. Why is that? So I thought, why not? And I'm just trying to figure out where I want them to, or what I want the handle to be. It took a wee bit of time, but I finally decided to put it on the outside of the lid, just for fun. It looks cute. These are really easy to put on the box. I decided to make sure that I have holes in the right places, and then you just stick them to the box using these eyelets. No, not eyelets, brads. And Bob's your uncle is done. Like I said, this handle doesn't have a function really. It just looks cute, and I like to add little simple things to a box without actually being in the way or anything. And that is the box done. Oh yeah, I hadn't put the sentiment on top like I thought. Well, now I am going to put the sentiment on top. And like I said, I added foam adhesive so it had a bit of dimension. Like I said, you can make these boxes. They don't have to be complicated. I really like the simple look, and that way I can actually use the box and not be too afraid of not touching it because it's so pretty. It is pretty, yes, but it's functional as well. I love that. And again, I am adding sparkly bits because I can, and I'm just adding a touch of sparkly drops in each of the corner of the sentiment. And then I decided I wanted something more as well. I didn't want to go over the top, but I want to keep it simple, but I want a bit more sparkliness. So I decided to add a row of glittery pearls or drops on each side, just to make it look pretty and sparkly. And like I say, without being too much embellishment or something that will be in my way, it just adds a bit of shine and frames the sentiment on top as well. I like that. Looks really cute. And I just need to make sure that I don't touch the drops because they are still wet. And then I wanted to add a bit more. I'm using the sticker sheet here. I love the sticker sheets because you get so many beautiful decorative pieces, and the stickers are really sturdy. They're thick and really nice to use. So I decided to use this sentiment on the inside of the box. Curiouser, because I thought, well, that's kind of cute. When the box is empty, it tells you to be curious. So that was kind of neat. And I put that on the inside in the upper corner. And then I realized I had forgotten to take out one of the pieces from the last R, but that's right, I was able to maneuver that successfully. And just making sure that it sticks to the pattern paper thoroughly. And then I also added a little piece in the bottom of the box because I just wanted a little bit more, but not too much. So I ended up using that beautiful heart because actually it has the same colors as the sentiments, so that fits perfectly. And like I said, just adds a bit of interest to the inside of a box, so when it's empty it's not so boring really. And again, the jump bone folder to make sure that everything is stuck on the inside. And then I wanted to add something to the lid, a wee bit more. I found the sides to be a bit bare. I knew I didn't want pattern papers on the edges, but then I saw this beautiful heart border and I thought it's perfect. Now I wasn't sure if it would fit the whole way through, but I thought, well, most likely it will be able to cover 3 sides. So I just went for it and fingers crossed, hoped it would work. And luckily it did. And I'm just sticking those to the sides, cutting them to the size needed, and like I said before, I could just keep a wee bit of a frame, so I'm not wrapping it around the lid because that way I knew I would not have enough. But by doing it like such, cutting it down to size, I could actually use them or make them sure that they actually looked nice on each side. And just sticking it down there. I love that you can use a sticker sheet to add embellishment without much fuss. I really like that about each and every collection that Graphic 45 has. You get loads of beautiful papers, you get die cuts, chipboards and all that. But the sticker sheets are the ones that I reach for the most for some reason. They're just They're always so pretty, and like I say, the quality of the stickers is amazing. They're thick, sturdy, beautiful to work with. Now, I felt that the other side was a wee bit bare. There wouldn't be any decorations there. But like I said before, I didn't want to add too much either. So I ended up using 2 of these golden yellowy looking hearts and put those on the front. Now, since my box is a craft colour, they kind of blend in, but not completely. So in order to make sure that the hearts will stand out a wee bit more, I just grabbed a fine black pen and I just traced an outline, really. So they had a bit of a shadow that actually, I guess, lifts them up a bit, makes them look dimensional even though they aren't. And I like that as a final touch. Quick and simple, really. And that is the box done. Quick and easy and functional project that you can use for smaller embellishments or whatnot, or of course as a gift box.